Right, hello, my darlings. Back for a little play on Penelope here. I'm back in work now, so I have precious little time to come in and play in my itty bitty studio. But let's have a go. I've got a video up on the Great Ugly on doing the handmade paper and these. I'll come back to that now. But the kit I'm working with is the Ballet Dough Love Letter. French-inspired kit from over at Rach Bella's. I'll leave a link to her shop down below. Please go and check it out. It's lush. Very, very lovely color palette. And I'm also taking part in the collaboration that Rach and her team have put together, 100 days of junk journal ideas. So very excited for this. Please check it out. I will link this below as well. And so far as the last video for Penelope, I did the napkins, and I've since trimmed all those down and layered them up to be pockets and tucks. So I've got one there from the kit there, and then of course that will be one on the back. There's another one here. So those are all facing that way. And then these I've layered up together as well to be multiple pockets and tucks. So those can go away for a moment. I need to figure out where these are going to live in here. I'll show you what I've got so far. If I can remember. It's only been in here for a bit. That was the handmade paper. Made from toilet roll. I'm definitely going to make some more. That can go over there. This is the toilet roll I made from the 3D embossing folder, and I've since gone back and made more. So I've done 2 of that design, and I've got these designs from the 3D texture and folder, 3D textured embossing and folder. Sorry. Oh, it's been a long day in work. Right. So I'm going to put these to the side, work these out where they're going to live in the signatures, and then possibly at least one each of these designs and ink them and see where they're going to live in there and see where I go from there. Because I kind of don't want this to turn into such a monster as the scriptorium did. But I can't really judge height at the moment or thickness because I've got paper clips and things in there. So, first signature, and I've got, those are left side pages, these are right side pages. See if we can find a home for a couple of them. So in here I still have the tuxedo pocket. And I haven't stitched these together yet. They're just, all I've done so far is fold, stencil, and ink. So the bottom comes up, the flaps go down, and you've got another pocket can go on the back. That will eventually get glued or stitched. One in there to keep that secret journaling spot closed. A tag in there. These are temporary at the moment, just to give me an idea, because I want to get all these main pieces in before I start really embellishing and decorating and cutting things to fit. So let's see if I have sort of one of these on the outside of that flap. Alright, let's go for it. Stick it in as I go through. So that flaps down. Something else can go on those pages. Put at least one of these in here. Even if that goes down and overlaps on that page. Yeah, I like it there. So then you've got, I do have some random tags here. I've got a space here, a space in there, and a space in there. Don't overthink it, just do it. So I'm going to pop that one in there. That then flips out. I've got my frame, and we'll work out the back pages then after. So next one, I want at least 2 in there. So that flips out with my vignette frame. I hope I'm in camera. The amount of things you got to keep in your head as you're doing this, it's still very new. The little one, now that's a pocket. That one there. Yes. Pop a clip on. And one more. Try that tall one. Really tall one. But because of the way I've layered it, it doesn't matter if it sticks up past the page, because I can add something to that. That one goes out, actually. No, that needs to be... Am I overthinking this again? Yeah, let's put it on the back page. And something can go there to disguise the birthday sprinkles. There's no other word for that. It's birthday sprinkles. Or do I put that one on there? Actually, I think I prefer that. With that background. Right, stick that one on. But of course, tags and things can be stuck up higher than the page because of the way, in theory, because of the way that I've layered the pages, hodgepodge. Again, as I said in the beginning, I've not done one quite like this before, so it's all a bit of an experiment and a bit of fun. So, don't overthink it, have a bit of fun with it. Tuxedo pocket in there. These are 2 quite tall ones left over. That one's not that tall. These are shallower pockets. Let's have a look. That's a pocket, so it can't... No, that's the flip out. The pocket's on the other side. Pocket's on that side. That flips out. So what if that then went here? By the vignette. Yes. But I'll have to clip that from the bottom. The vignette goes in. And then one more. That's a void. So that needs to go on the inside. That's a pocket. There or there. Yes. No, maybe there. If I leave it here, then it will overlap at the bottom, but that's fine. It won't be sticking out of the book. Something else can be attached on the back. There. Right. So that's those into place that need stitching and sewing. And these I want to do next. So let's have one of each. I'll throw a bit of ink on these. I'm really chuffed with how this one has come out, because this particular embossing folder has always broken the paper when I've gone to work with it. So let's stick with the gathered twigs for now. Yeah, it was gathered twigs. gather twigs for now, and let's have a look about how much relief comes out using the toilet roll technique. And it is super embossed. But even when I've put my paper and misted it, I've misted my paper with water and put it through these 3D, the Sizzix 3D embossing folders, it still sort of breaks the paper in places, especially when the relief is quite curved and stark, like on that one. But using the toilet roll, layering the toilet roll and misting it in between, has given such a better end result paper. It's just brilliant. I mean, look at that. And I wish I could get the depth of that onto camera. I've tried and tried, and it's just not. If you look at the back, though, on how deeply embossed it is, it's just phenomenal. So that's what it looks like plain versus embossed. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this one is one of my favorites because it's kind of got a William Morris kind of thing going on. And again, where those raised swirls are, whenever I've done it with normal paper or normal cardstock, even dampening it down with water, it's always cracked. So on this, oh wow, I'm loving this. So no, I need to spend some more time with the embossing machine now. And I did try putting petals in a few of these, but for the embossed ones, just plain is, and then after it's inked, it is just gorgeous. And that's just using the normal blending brushes. So let's give this one a knock around the edges, just a bit, and hopefully create some interesting tucks with these. Not full-on pockets, I don't think, but tucks. I'll get this one sided up. So anybody out there have hints or tips working with the 3D folders, please let me know. I don't have many. I've got a few. I've got these three. I've got a wood grain one. And I've got, I think I've got a snowflake one that I found in a D-stash. So no, very excited working with this kit with Rach Bella. There's an absolutely amazing group of girls over there and that team that work together. They're all brilliant people. Right, that's that. Let's see, can they have a home in Penelope? So I've printed off some more things from Rach's kits, like things like the add-ons, some of the ephemera. I've got some extra pockets from the kit over there to try to go in here as well. And it's just deciding where the best placement is for them, I think. There. Now, I don't want to put a paper clip over that because I don't want to mash down the relief. So I'm going to put a sewing clip on it for just a minute. There we go. That's one in that signature. And second signature. So I think I normally try to finish the majority of a signature before I bind it into a cover. But I think with this one, I want to, I think with this signature, I think with this book, I do want to bind it sooner rather than later. And then I can carry on embellishing it and adding things on a whim here and there. through the month of March, and we'll see how we go. Because I don't tend to make that epic decision towards the end. I'm off camera again. Oh, I do apologize. I don't tend to make that decision, is it mine or is it going to be sold on, until much later in the process, if that makes sense. I've had a few journals in the past where you just, I get close to the end and it's like, it's mine. It's mine. This lives with me. Or I sort of get to the point where, no, this needs to go on to a new home, and a new owner and creative soul to continue embellishing. Back page on the blue, or back page on the blue, or no, there, definitely there. So we'll see how this goes now. So the plan now is to, I'm going to stop here for a few moments, try to get those actually attached, get all the clips, all the pegs and everything else out. These may still well go in, but I'm going to put them to the side at the moment. I don't want to ink them yet until I know they're going in here. Because if they don't go in here, I'm free to ink them in whatever color I want in another project. So I'm going to leave these off to the side for now. So watch this space. I'll be back. Right, and I'm back. And guess what? I did go back and eat the other 3. So show you a quick flip of what I've been up to. Stay on camera, Faith. Right, I've got a tuck there in the front. I've got the tuxedo ones I did stitch. So they've just got some cards in them at the moment. So I stitched the top, then folded it back up, and then stitched the 2 sides. So you've got cards then to hold down that journaling space there. I will go back and work on the cards later when I really start to do more embellishing. I just want to get it more or less mainly stuffed and tucks and pockets, and I'll explain more about the plan after. That's just an airmail envelope that I've stuck in there and added a tuck. I've got a piece of stationery just found at a charity shop. Oftentimes the Salvation Army by me have lots of, half-used stationery boxes. So that flips out. Nothing much there yet. I've got that pocket. It's a piece of handmade paper in there. Those tucks need filling. I added a pocket from Rach's kit there. A tuck, sorry. That's all been stuck down now. Nice. And even, do I have something? Hold on a second. Skinny here. I can use. Yes. So that's going to be a top feeding one. That's a top feeder. That closes up. That's a top feeder. But because of the height of here, I could put a really tall, skinny tag in there. That's still quite an open flap going all the way around. A tuck here. Victorian Blossom stationery. So that's just the envelope, and there's a piece of matching letter writing paper inside. Whether I go back and grunge those up or, pardon me, do some stamping on them, we'll see when we get to the embellishing phase. So that's a big tuck. That's quite a short one, and there's one there. That's another one from Rach's kit. That'll be a side one. Something needs to go down there. That I've put in as a belly band. So, pocket, nothing there at the moment. That is going to be a really tall, skinny one. Another tuck back there. This one I think is side loading. So something's going to go in from the side. Another one here. Airmail envelope. Another tuck there. This I think is just old-fashioned stationery and letter writing paper. So that will, I might go back and do some inking on those, or stamping. That's a flip out, needs some work. Flip out, and another one of those has gone in there. That's a little pocket. Not sure about the rest of these spaces just yet. The other zebra, what am I thinking? Tuxedo pockets. Honestly, it's the end of the working week. It's Friday evening, my time. Not sure when this is going to go up. Another one there. That's one, two, three in there. And one of Rach's on the back. That is a top loading. That flips over, flips out. Big tuck back behind there. And there and there. That one, I can't remember. Oh, the top, I've done that one. And that one's one behind there, there, and there. Flip out, top load in one here. Another piece of that stationery paper. Perfect space here to put a really long, skinny tag. That one flips out. Another one of these. Another tuxedo pocket. And that's a top loader there. That one is top loading as well. And a small one on the back. So as you can see, plenty of room to expand. I've got these I want to try to get in there now. And this is one, I think I saw this first on Hither and Yon. So this is 4 pieces of sort of coordinating 6x6 paper, and cutting them in half, you get 4 pockets and the 4 cards. So the simplicity of this is mad. But when I saw Hither and Yon do it once, and it was, she layered them. So I think that layered effect will be nice in Penelope here. So these aren't, as you know, many of you may know, not all 6x6s are truly 6x6. But this one is close enough. So this one is going in half here. I don't have a great deal of 6x6s that match this theme, but I think these do. So cut these in half. Now decide pocket, 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 card, 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 and card. And then it's just a matter of trimming them down. So that card needs to come off, I would say, half an inch. So I'm going to take all my cards, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and take them off about half an inch. I might have to go back and trim a tiny bit more. Let's come over just a tiny bit. There we go. And now, those 4 pockets, these 4 cards can have their corners rounded. These will get a little bit of snip as well. So let's make a little bit of a mess. 7, I'm going to do that one. And these look really effective when they're layered up. Hopefully I don't make a mess of this on camera, but we'll see. So snip these off, and the cards. Might just do 2 now to show. Snap the edges, and by using the coordinated papers, it does add a bit of interest then. Snip in the corners. You don't have to snip the... I can speak, I promise. You don't have to snip the corners on the pockets, but I find it does help if you do the tags, because they slide in and out a bit easier. So, yeah, I'm just hopefully some of those stenciled pages in Penelope, these will look nice, layered up. And it's not thick card. It's not thin as copy paper, but it's got some strength to it. It's not super thin. My voice is going now. All right, get the debris away. And for the top of the pocket, I don't tend to measure. I tend to just eyeball it and use the notch from the envelope punch into the very center. And you get this bit of interesting shape going on, thumb notch going on. This one, think which way I want up. Now I do have 6x. I got plenty of 6x6 pads over there that I've managed to pick up a mass over the years, but some of the pinks and blues are in there are a little bit too clip artish kind of thing. It's the designs aren't, they wouldn't suit at all. So I'm just going to ink these up a minute. I might fast forward the inking a moment, but just ink them all, and then I'll fast forward this bit and then come back and see if we can decide now where they're going to live inside Penelope. So watch this space, because I can do some super speedy inking. Ready? Right, so that was a super speedy inking. So let's move these out of the way a minute and get Penelope here out. Keep these 2. No, I want those 2, and I'll explain now. So my pocket, pardon me, my pocket and my pocket are from different 6x6s, and my cards are from different 6x6s. So let's see in here. There's a place I can layer. There maybe. Is that gonna fit? Not quite. Yeah, that'll do. The idea is to layer them that way on camera. Put my card on. There we go. Is to layer them that way. But I don't want to do it on that page because I don't want my cards coming out towards the spine. So what if I did Yes, that's about where I want it. But that's going to come out against that flap. But that all depends on what's in that flap. But that should be okay. And then that covers up. Right, stop overthinking if I just do it. Right, just do it. Give myself a little bit of a pencil mark. So I know where that bottom corner is going. And then do the 3 sides. Artie has been cooperating so far this afternoon. I'm still on the fence if I want to order one of those Barely Arts to try. I've noticed a few people using it. Line that back up now. Roughly straight. There we go. And then that one will go down slightly overlapping. And like I said, sometimes if I haven't been a bit generous with the cards, I might have to trim them down. Depends on how good I am at getting to the edge of the pocket with the glue, or how much I've squeezed it, or how thick art is going to come out. And I want that thumb notch ever so slightly overlapping that top pocket. There we go. And isn't that beautiful? Lovely. Pen back in the glue. There we go. Sometimes I swear, sometimes I like jab myself with it on the table because I've forgotten to put it back in. Right, cards are here. So that card can go into that pocket. Is it going to fit? Yes. And that card doesn't really have a right way up. That's fine. Goes into that pocket. So you've got this sort of coordinated look going on. And this can be quite effective. It just depends on what papers you got. And I'm just trying to use up papers from my stash. So let's try the last signature now and see if there's a nice place to put the other two. I do have more goodies here to play with in the basket. No, let's see. What else have we got to play with here? That one? Oh, yes, that one. Yes, I like that. All right, let's take this out. And then sometimes to help me remember where my spine is, because I haven't inked the spine, I just use my ruler. Helps me when I'm eyeballing things, glue things down. Just pop my ruler in there, and I know sort of that's right on the spine. That's my page. So your back one goes on first. Just glue it down. I quite like these because they don't add much bulk. And it's a nice, and if you've got a nice big page, you can do, if you've got the room, to do 3 of these as well. I know some people don't have the 6x6 pads, but I find them everywhere in like crafty stashes, free and cheap, charity shops. And I've got a lot that are, I'm not really fussed on at the moment, or fussed on anymore. And they've just been there since I started out with junk journaling, where I was just finding boxes of craft supplies and thinking, I'll have that, please, yes. And then working with it. But as the more I've been into this, the more my sort of tastes in papers have changed. I just need to find some more inventive ways of using up the old stuff. Actually, I could do a session of just collaging with scrap onto some of them, just to make simple tags. Might be an idea. Right, so that's there. Give art just a few minutes, or not minutes, a few seconds. So it's not going to be grabby. Put the pen back in the glue. And the cards are here. So, that one. And that one into that one. Lovely. Now, very subtle, but very effective. I do like that look. Make sure the flaps on these are going the right direction now. So that's what it'll look like in the book. So there we go. So I'm not going to hang about too much longer tonight. That is my 3 signatures as they stand. So there's plenty of room to grow here. But the plan next, before I carry on, I want to make tags. I've got some really old thick book paper. I've got some beautiful French book pages here. I've got those. I've got some more odds and sods over here, like, let me show you these. I've got like some handmade papers. I've got that one-off sheet of that paper. And I have no idea what these are. But they're like gold roses on a thick vellum. So I don't know. I think it came in like a pack of card embellishments. So this is the kind of thing I want to play with to try to make the extra tags to go in here. But before I do that, I am considering binding it at this stage. And then I could just go to town, make the embellishments, and then as the month of March rolls on, really play with adding all those extra special bits, all the fun bits. So let me show you the cover. So that's what I'm considering for the cover. It's just a cardboard box. I've used linen tape to hinge the pieces together, and it's got a double spine. So I've made a few double spine books where you bind the signature into this with fabric, and then that gets attached here. And I find they lay open better. The book lays open better. So the idea is to cover this with this. So I've got a sort of really raw cotton, what's the word? Not twill. It's like a burlap kind of material, but it's cotton. It's quite strong as well. It's not like upholstery thick, but it's not like plain cotton thin either. It's a little bit of weight to it. And I have one piece of this. One. This is the only one. So if I mess it up, I'm back to the drawing board. So I thought to cover the outside with this and the inside with this. And whether I actually am able to capture the actual cover process on camera, I don't know. I'm going to try, but no promises. But I've got to decide if I'm going to dye this with tea first. Do I tea stain it all, or do I bind it as is and ink and distress the edges, add book corners? What am I going to do on the front plate? Am I going to cover it with this and make sort of a book plate to go on the front? I'm not entirely sure yet. So that, I think, is going to be my next start. I'm going to put the signatures to the side for a bit and have a go with the journal cover this weekend, time allowing, time willing, and see how I get on. So that's it for me now. So if you're interested in the papers, please go check out Rach's shop. I'll leave a link down below. And if I can find the video from Hither and Yon for those 6x6 pockets, I'll try to put a link for that down below if I can find it. So I think that's all for me. I hope if you are watching, you like what you see or like what you hear. Please bear with me. I'm still a newbie. As I said, I'm going to try to film the process of doing this cover, but it might be filmed in little teeny tiny chunks. But I've never done anything like this on camera before. And normally when I'm focused on doing one of these, it takes all my attention. So I will give it a go. Right, so thank you ever so much for watching, and we'll be back soon. Thank you. Bye.